broadcasting giant formerly known as WGBH gave 31 employees, the cut. Their careers got laid. They got fucked over by the management, to put it mildly. Public media organization GBH laid off 31 employees, or 4% of its workforce. Ooh, that's a lot. 4% of 31? Yeah, that's a pretty significant number of its workforce. On Wednesday, the CEO told its employees. GBH, like other media companies, is facing financial headwinds. She wrote in a letter to staff, although our business is complex and our industry... Wait, is this a not-for-profit? Why are they talking like corporate whores? The basic reduction for these reductions is simple. Revenues are flat and the cost of doing business has gone up. In addition to laying off its staff, WGBH will stop producing 3 of its shows: Greater Boston, Talking Politics, and Basic Black. Goldberg said in her note, adding that the shows are no longer draw enough viewers to justify the cost of making them for television. Last week, and these were all local shows. Basic Black was one of their longest running shows. I think it might have predated when Martin Luther King was still alive, because he did go to that station. I think it might came on after, but still, I mean, these shows were for generations. Granted, Boss has been on for almost 26 years, and Basic Black and Talking Politics was the replacement for Beat the Press. Emily Rooney, you remember her, the daughter of Andy Rooney. She got screwed over by the management after some overblown discussions in early 2021. It was this time 3 years ago. It was the week after Memorial Day. Emily Rooney told her viewers they were going to take a much-needed summer break. And, of course, that raised a lot of red flags. And by August, they were going to cancel the show, and Emily Rooney gets terminated by the station. And then, thankfully, the station was not dumb enough to replace it with some other, PBS show on Friday evenings. They did put in Talking Politics with her former sidekick on Beat the Press, Adam Riley, but he's getting laid too in this batch. It's pretty bad. This is not good. This has happened before. Channel 2, the local station, was once called GBH back in the 90s. It didn't go too well. It did not go too well for the station. And this time around, it's a national brand, and it's not been resonating well. Maybe that's why the station is struggling to find. And again, whether or not you are a big Basic Black fan or not, they're saying was this one? It's a further fracturing of American society with shows that don't have people that are not in the most privileged backgrounds. That's what the Globe followed up later in the week. But this is bad. This is basically like the massacre at the Round-Eyed flagship station on West 57th in Manhattan back in 96. 6 long-time reporters, diverse people, they broke the barriers in New York, get randomly fired on an October weekday. It wasn't even a Friday or a Monday, and the station went into distant 4th place. Now, I know the media was a lot different from now, but I don't think the Beat the Press cancellation had very positive ramifications. People liked watching Beat the Press. People liked watching Emily Rooney. I believe the ratings, for a program of that type to run in the Boston market at that time of day of the week, people watched it. I saw on Dan Kennedy's blog that somebody from across the pond in England would take the clips from Boston and use it for their G school lessons. Something to that effect. Okay? So yeah, some of these shows that run on WGBH Channel 2 or 44, they can still be seen around the world. Not intentionally through PBS. So this is pretty bad. Not to mention their god-awful logo. Okay, WGBH, kept this. But they changed their logo in the midst of the pandemic. So the pandemic comes around, and you think with making a stable brand would be great, trusted brand. No! The station changes their branding in 2020 with this god-awful logo, because at the same time, WGBH's Educational Foundation, that's the holding company for the production for PBS and the local stations, decide, they sell Channel 44 signal, which is just basically a secondary signal of their content. And with digital TV, you can broadcast Channel 44 literally on one stick and still act like, because digital you can multiplex, meaning that you have two boxes on the bottom that broadcast two different TV stations, but you can run it on one logical antenna, right? So why you need to have a separate WGBX signal if you can do it on one, right? So, and also you want more 5G coverage for your cell networks, right? So you give your antenna and the license to the FCC, and you get money. So Channel 2 got like something along the lines of $300 million. Do not quote me because I can't remember exactly, for the sale of WGBX's signal to then still keep the call sign and a fake channel position to piggyback off WGBH Channel 2. And as a result, what do you do with $300 million right in the midst of a recession, even back in 2020? Maybe invest in your local people, maybe keep some money for Frontline, Nova, whatever. No, let's do a god-awful new logo, because that's what we need to do. We need to change like the P-Head did. When the PBS logo changed in 2019, okay, it replaced the logo of 35 years before slightly, but at least it wasn't radically different. It was a little bit tacky, but it's just like any millennial. When a Kardashian hits a certain age of 40, they just put some Botox on it. They're not old enough because the logo was that old. It wasn't going back from the beginning. Yeah, that's what I think of the P-Head. It hit middle age a little too early. It hit 50 before the company turned 50, but the logo was a third of that age, and it aged pretty. Yeah, get my jokes here. So this is really bad, and like I said, this is a slap in the face to the community. People, I don't know how many combined years of professionals at the station, but local interest programming, not even in public media anymore. Some of the people on the radio side have been gone, and like I said, Emily Rooney's just basically probably in the back bay, just having nothing better to do, and now I guess Adam Riley and many other people, even the panelists, Dan Kennedy, Lila, Joanna Weiss, they're gonna not be getting stipends anymore either. I don't think so. It's a pretty sick week. What's going on down in Brighton, Massachusetts? These real massholes that are running this. Well, I don't even know they're real massholes. They're probably out of towners. I bet you anything. Because wasn't the CEO like have NPR ties? I don't know. But these people don't even know how to run. No, let's put it this way. The management doesn't get massholes. Let's put it, throw it that way. And, that's our Brighton watch, or our Brighton Beat, following the decline of good old WGBH. This is pitiful. This four-letter call sign is iconic. You do not piss on the brand at all costs. And like I said, these people, I live in a scrappy suburban New Hampshire, but these people were professional. Even when the infamous, let's just be honest, the firing of Emily Rooney. Okay, a lot of people admire her. A lot of people still admire her. She's not active on Twitter or X, formerly known as Twitter anymore. But Adam Riley is pretty damn good. Dan Kennedy could be a pain in the ass because he's getting more and more bitter as he gets old, ranting about the media. And, the whole cast of, or not cast, but the talent there. The talent pool is shrinking. And I don't think the commercial media in the market they're not going to get refuge from there. I hate to be a cynic in that regard, but yes, it was a pretty bleak week in Brighton, and that's the end of our Brighton Beat, because that's where Channel 2 is based off, right off the mass spike. And like I wanted to just say with this whole stuff going on with Channel 2, like I said, I could say they got laid out, but I like to say that they got laid. They got fucked. Their careers are probably screwed. And yes, you gotta thank Howie Carr, that Trump sellout. He was the one that told how Chuck Scarborough became the Channel 4 anchorman in New York. He left Channel 7 the week after the February Bucks to go to New York. And it was, 45 years ago? 50 years ago. Shit, I can't even think. And a cameraman at our Channel 7 asked, "Why are you going to New York? You just took us to first place." And Chuck told that film guy, "In this business, you gotta fuck them before they fuck you." And that's what the people in Brighton at WGBH learned this week, unfortunately. Alrighty.